Imagine a world where rap isn't just about lyrical prowess, wordplay, or storytelling. Where the focus isn't on spitting bars perfectly, but on vibe, melody, and feeling. This is the world of mumble rapper genre that divided critics, revolutionized hip-hop, and gave rise to a new generation of artists who dominate the charts and streaming platforms. But how did it even start? Who were the pioneers? And why did some people love it, while others absolutely despised it? Today, we're diving deep into the creation, the controversy, and the cultural impact of mumble rap. To understand mumble rap, we have to rewind the clock to the late 2000s and early 2010s. Hip-hop was in the middle of a major shift. The traditional lyricism of legends like Nas, Jay-Z, or even the newer school like Kendrick Lamar was still dominant, but a new sound was bubbling up from the underground, especially from Atlanta. This was the era of trap music. Artists like Gucci Mane, Future, and Young Thug began experimenting with their vocal deliveries in ways that prioritized tone and melody over perfect enunciation. Future, for instance, with tracks like Tony Montana, started to blur the lines between rapping and singing. Using autotune not just as a corrective tool but as an instrument to create a warbling, melodic vocal texture. Then came Young Thug, who took this experimentation to a whole new level. On projects like Barter 6, his vocalizations were often so unique and unconventional that they were hard to decipher. He stretched words, used ad-libs as part of the melody, and essentially treated his voice like another instrument in the beat. This laid the fundamental groundwork for what would soon be labeled mumble rap. At the exact same time, a technological revolution was happening. Platforms like SoundCloud were emerging, giving artists a direct line to their audience without needing a record label, a massive budget, or radio airplay. They could record raw, unpolished tracks on a simple setup, upload them instantly, and build a dedicated online following. This DIY, do-it-yourself spirit became absolutely essential to the birth of mumble rap. It fostered an environment of pure experimentation, where the rules of traditional hip-hop didn't apply. So, what exactly is mumble rap? The term itself is a bit misleading and was often used dismissively by critics. It suggests laziness or an inability to rap clearly. But if you look closer, it's a much more nuanced subgenre. Mumble rap is typically characterized by a few key elements. First, a slurred, melodic vocal delivery that flows with the beat rather than punching through it. Second, the lyrics are often minimalist, focusing more on creating a vibe and a mood rather than telling a complex story. Third, there's a heavy use of autotune and other vocal effects, along with trap-inspired beats. And finally, the songs are built around incredibly catchy, repetitive hooks that are designed to get stuck in your head immediately. Artists like Lil Yachty completely embraced this style. He didn't see the mumble as a flaw. He saw it as a stylistic choice. In interviews, he talked about his music being bubblegum trap, The goal wasn't to impress old-school heads with intricate rhyme schemes, but to create an experience, a feeling, a moment of carefree fun. It was music for a new generation that valued emotion and atmosphere just as much as lyrical dexterity. When we talk about the pioneers, a few names always come up. As we mentioned, Future and Young Thug were instrumental in shaping the sound. Chief Keef, while more associated with the drill scene in Chicago, also had a massive influence. His raw, energetic, and often unintelligible delivery on tracks like I Do Like showed that pure energy and vibe could be more impactful than lyrical clarity. His music wasn't about being understood word for word, it was about feeling the raw aggression and hype. Then SoundCloud unleashed a new wave. Artists like Lil Pump and Smoke Purp became overnight sensations. They uploaded tracks that were short, loud, and incredibly repetitive, but they had an undeniable energy that went viral. Songs like Gucci Gang became anthems, not because of deep lyrical content, but because of their simple, infectious vibe and aesthetic. This digital-first approach completely changed the music industry. Suddenly, a teenager with a laptop and a SoundCloud account could genuinely influence the direction of hip-hop culture. The production of mumble rap is just as important as the vocals. The sound is incredibly distinct. It's built on the foundation of trap music, so you'll hear heavy 808 bass that shakes your speakers, rapid-fire hi-hat rolls, and often sparse atmospheric melodies. Autotune and pitch shifting are used creatively to give the vocals that signature floating, almost ethereal quality, and repetition is key. The ad-libs are squirts, yas, and oohs, and the main hook are often more memorable and more important to the song's structure than the verses themselves. This minimalism, leaving space in the music, allows the vibe to breathe and take center stage. This focus on texture and rhythm over dense lyrical content is a huge reason why mumble rap resonated so strongly with younger audiences. It's music you feel in your body, not just music you analyze with your brain. Mumble rap didn't just change the sound of hip-hop, it fundamentally changed how we consume music. The rise of platforms like TikTok and Instagram created a new landscape where short, catchy 15-second clips could make a song go viral. The structure of mumble rap, with its unforgettable hooks, was perfectly suited for this new media environment. The artists themselves became more than just musicians. They became influencers, merging fashion, lifestyle, and internet culture with their music. Streaming platforms also played a massive role. They prioritized raw play counts and playlist placements over traditional metrics like radio spins or album sales. This leveled the playing field and gave mumble rappers, with their massive online followings, huge visibility. Of course, this rapid rise sparked intense debates. Hip-hop purists and older fans often criticized the genre, claiming it was destroying hip-hop with its simple lyrics and reliance on technology. On the other hand, younger fans embraced its accessibility, its emotional honesty, and its forward-thinking sound. Whether you loved it or hated it, you couldn't ignore it. Mumble rap had officially shifted the cultural landscape of music in the 2010s. Naturally, the genre was swimming in controversy. Critics relentlessly attacked its lyricism, arguing that it lacked the substance, storytelling, and social commentary that defined classic hip-hop. The heavy reliance on autotune was seen by many as a crutch for a lack of vocal talent, and some saw its explosive popularity as a sign of the over-commercialization of a once rebellious art form. However, a lot of this criticism came from a place of misunderstanding. While some songs were purely about flexing and partying, many mumble rap tracks contained real emotional depth, exploring themes of anxiety, depression, and heartbreak, hidden underneath the catchy hooks and melodic delivery. It wasn't necessarily dumbed-down music. It was a new form of expression, one that prioritized raw feeling over lyrical perfection. It was a reflection of a generation that communicated through memes, vibes, and unfiltered emotion. So, after all of that, what can we learn from the rise of mumble rap? It's a powerful reminder that music is constantly evolving. Art doesn't stand still. It teaches us that technical skill isn't the only measure of an artist's worth. Sometimes, the most powerful thing music can do is create a connection, a feeling, an escape. Mumble rap may have started as a controversial fringe movement on SoundCloud, but it went on to change the sound, the style, and the business of hip-hop forever. And whether you love it or you hate it, its influence is undeniable, and echoes of its sound can still be heard in the charts today. The era of mumble rap wasn't just a phase, it was a revolution. Thanks for watching. What are your thoughts on mumble rap? Let me know your favorite artists or tracks down in the comments. And if you enjoyed this deep dive, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more explorations into music history. See you next time.